Please put your hands together. Love having this lady on the show. Absolutely fantastic. Please welcome Hailee Steinfeld of Capital Breakfast.
Thank you.
Hailee, thank you so much for coming back.
Of course, thanks for having me.
It's been ages since we saw you. The last time we saw you was the summertime ball.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
been
big.
a minute.
You were performing with Zed that last time.
Yes.
Now, I do love the fact that you are like superbly multi-talented in the sense of you do big things.
Oh,
like it's
thank
not
you.
like, I'll try a little bit of acting.
Yeah,
It's like
double.
you go in on it. You know, from a young age, you've been starring in massive movies. Then you've gone on, you've done your singing, and now you're starring in the new Apple Plus TV series, Dickinson. Now, talk to me about Dickinson. How did this all come about, and kind of what is it for those people that don't know?
Sure. So Dickinson is a story about Emily Dickinson, the American poet / literary icon, as I like to refer to her as. And our show, Emily Dickinson was incredibly misunderstood in her time. So our show sort of asks the question of, can we understand her in ours? And I read this thing for the first time. I read the first 2 scripts, and I mean, instantly just felt like this was something so wild and different and special. I was just mainly intrigued as to how they were going to pull it off.
Okay.
But I knew I had to be involved. And it's my first sort of venture into the TV space and Apple's as well. So it's been quite an exciting journey.
I was going to say, I mean, so deciding for this, was it a no-brainer? Did you have to go through the first 2? Like when they first came to you, and I was like, oh, to Roland Dickinson, do you want to do this? Was it kind of like, let me read it first, or was it just instantly?
No, I definitely needed to. I mean, you know, the idea of it, and I think much like people's first sort of perception about the show when they hear about it, or maybe even after seeing the trailer, is kind of like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like a half-hour comedy about Emily Dickinson, like that's weird, right? So I definitely had to get through those first couple scripts, but it was a breeze. And then I had a conversation with the writer and creator Elena Smith, and after that I was just like, I mean, this woman is brilliant and has such a clear vision of what she wants the show to be. So
I mean, you're executive producing this show. I couldn't say that then. I was going to go for the cool way. I was going to go for the cool way and say exec producing, but I said executive.
You made a new word.
Yeah.
Like a poet. You're a poet yourself.
There you go.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Vic. How did you find, like, you know, that side of it? Did you have to boss people around?
No. I had so many wonderful people around me that didn't. A couple of them needed a little bossing around. But,
Okay.
No, it was a really cool experience. Producing is something I've always been interested in, and of course wanted whatever the first thing I played that role in to be something I felt the way I feel about Dickinson. And it's been a huge learning experience, and what feels like another full-time job in a full-time job. But I've truly enjoyed it, and I've had some really wonderful people around me, sort of, you know, helping me, but also trusting me implicitly, which is really, you know, a privilege.
Right. So this is set in the 19th century. There must be some pretty cool outfits.
Yes.
Did you get to keep any? Because we ask a lot of people that come in.
Yeah.
And people take stuff from sets that we all know about.
I need to start like putting that stuff in my contract, because I never get anything. You know what I mean?
Like the wardrobe.
90% of what I and the women in the show wear are all tailored and built around our corsets. So I luckily have the freedom in this day and age to choose not to wear a corset every day. And therefore, I don't know that I could walk away with anything, because none of it would work without it. So, but it's all so stunning, and we have the most incredible, I mean, wardrobe team, set deck team that has really made this show feel so authentic to its time.
The show is obviously, it's a comedy, but it's also a very poignant reminder of the lack of freedom that women experienced, 200 years ago. Why was it so important for you to get that across?
Well, I think what's so interesting about this show, and in ways heartbreaking and sort of shocking, but also empowering, is that though we've come a very, very long way, not much has changed. And what's so exciting about this show is that, you know, it's got such a modern, it's a period piece, but it has such a modern sense of thinking, and I think it will just open a lot of people's eyes to, you know, how far we've come, but how much work there still is left to do.
Yeah.
You've also done the track to this as well. So it's called Afterlife. You're literally writing the theme tune, singing the theme tune, starring in the play. It must be cool to be able to do everything, right?
It's pretty amazing. I have to say, I feel like I could have never really, I mean, I don't know. It's all hopes and dreams, and the fact that it's all kind of happening in a way that makes sense, and in a way that other people, you know, feel strongly about is so exciting. When it comes to, I've done that, you know, only a couple of times where I've had a song in a acting piece that I've done. And I only ever want that to be the case if it works and if the other filmmakers involved feel that it represents the piece properly. And with Afterlife, it was so exciting because, you know, of course, with Apple TV Plus, we also have Apple Music, and they've been so supportive on the music front, and the whole soundtrack is almost its own character in the show. And so the conversation of like collaborating musically sort of happened during the shoot, but I don't know, those things are never really real until it's done. You know what I mean?
I have to ask the question, what's your first love?
My first love was just entertaining, and I didn't necessarily know what capacity that, you know, meant.
Yeah.
I just wanted to perform. And
So
I don't
your
know.
parents have got loads of videos of you performing as a kid. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are any
What
like
was your
that.
thing? What was your thing? Mine was singing Craig David.
Was it?
Yeah, that
Cool.
was, yeah, and Frank Sinatra from when I was like
Ooh.
4.
Bless you.
Yeah, do you not remember? I had that
Yeah.
video with a little cane and
Oh, I've
everything.
seen
I'd
it.
go around the living room, everything.
Quite the
yeah.
show.
Is this out in the public?
Showman.
domain?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually
Great.
think it is. I think
Great.
it is. What was your thing? I do have to say.
My parents bought me a microphone and a small little amplifier.
Yeah.
Worst decision they ever made.
Yeah.
That was in constant use, and I would set it up at the bottom of our staircase and in front of this big mirror, and I would just sing. And it was incredibly
What
annoying.
would you sing?
I mean, it was whatever like Disney movie I had just finished watching, and it was all those tunes. And then it was, I don't know, I grew up listening to a lot of like classic rock. My dad was very classic rock, and my mom was very R&B. So there was a very weird mashup of like,
and
you know.
then mixed in something
Yeah.
with the Lion King.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You mentioned singing like watching Disney and stuff. Is there any Disney films you would like to do?
Oh boy. You know, that's always hard because of course as a fan I'm always like, no, don't touch that. But at the same time I'm like, yeah, that would be a dream. I'm very bad at picking favorites or specific things, especially when it comes to such a broad, you know, picture like that.
Hey, this is a moment.
Yeah.
This is a moment. I promise
Say
you.
it up.
Say it.
No!
Here. Say it. Here.
Never.
And
You
someone
know
goes,
that.
you know what? No, she is good for that role. Like, I promise. What's still left? So you've got like.
Well, they do actually keep
Little
making new
Mermaid.
princesses as well. So you could always be one of the newer princesses.
That's true.
You could be your own princess.
That's
you
true.
are a princess, Hailee.
Thank you.
There you go.
What's left though? What have they still
Who's
got to
not
make?
been-
They've got like the Disney movies. Because
To be live action.
I still want Aristocats.
Yeah.
To come out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That one. Well, because I mean, it's big, isn't it? Like, those remakes. Taylor Swift just did Cats.
Have
That
we
comes
had
out in Christmas.
Have we had a Sleeping Beauty live action yet, or no?
No, but that'd be quite a dull role for
Yeah.
Hailee. She'd just be asleep
Oh
the
my
whole
God,
time.
pretty good
Probably
point.
the easiest one yet. Yes, I would be Sleeping Beauty.
There you go.
I heard a story that apparently. Don't be too worried about this. I heard that
What
apparently
else have you got for me, Robin?
you and you are partially involved for the meeting of Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner.
No comment? No. So Sophie and Joe are two very good friends of mine. And
Yeah.
Sophie and I did we did a film together, oh God. Again, no sense of time, but a while ago.
Long time ago.
And we became so close so fast. And I will never forget when I feel like I was driving down Sunset Boulevard and she called me. She was like, Hailee, what do you think of Joe Jonas? I was like, I mean, he's awesome. And I want to say we had just done that version of Rock Bottom together. Again, my timeline might be way off.
Yeah.
They're probably going to hear this and be like, you're so wrong. But I just remember talking to Sophie about him, and I love him. And I just, you know, it's always so awesome when you see two people that are good people find some way to each other. So I'm so happy for them. And yeah, man, they're in love.
So you're responsible.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
No.
Well,
Listen,
yeah.
listen,
You
no,
heard it
I
here
will not
first.
take
I'm
that.
looking at the camera
Green-lit
now.
it.
Oh my God, no, imagine. Yeah, so she called me. Totally. She called and asked about him. I'm the one.
You convinced her it was okay, yeah.
No. That
Green
was all,
lit.
that was all them.
Sophie Turner, Joe Jonas told us that she took something pretty cool from the Game of Thrones set.
I mean, I'm sure. All right.
No, but this is the thing. No, but some of them,
Work on this,
some of them only took socks.
Socks.
Someone genuinely came in. I think it was Kit Harington.
Waterproof socks.
Yeah, they weren't
Wait,
waterproof,
wait,
yeah.
like-
He said, "What did you take from the set?" He goes, "Some waterproof socks."
Thing is, you don't come across waterproof socks that much, so that's quite cool.
Does he use them often?
I don't know.
Are they in
Exactly.
a case?
For when
What's
he's
he
walking
doing?
in the rivers, yeah.
Why does he need him?
You need to start stealing things. Hey?
Yeah.
In fairness, I do steal
Oh,
every
right.
pair of socks.
Wait, you still what?
Socks,
Yeah.
socks. I do
Socks.
take the socks all the time because it's the one thing. Like at the end of the day, you're not gonna just take their socks off and put yours back on. You're just gonna leave.
So you just have a wardrobe full of socks?
Yeah.
Odd socks.
Odd
Oh,
socks,
yeah.
always.
Yeah,
Are
that's been a
you
thing
all
for
right?
years.
Okay, this is a big question. Are you all right with wearing odd socks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Some people are funny about it, you know.
Oh no.
What do you mean odd socks?
Like they don't match.
Oh yeah, I don't care. I mean, I prefer them to match because I like for them to show. So I don't. If nobody's gonna see them, then I don't mind.
If you're wearing a boot, you're happy for them to be odd.
Oh yeah, it
Like,
doesn't matter,
yeah.
does it?
Yeah.
So
no, I
inside
don't
the boot,
care.
It's not a problem.
Well,
glad we
we've spoken
spoke
about
about
your
it. They gotta
Dickinson,
be
and now we've
like-
spoken about your socks. So I think we've covered all bases here.
Great.
Hailee, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Make sure everyone checks out Dickinson on Apple Plus, and let's hear it for Hailee Steinfeld
Thank
on
you so
Capital
much.
Breakfast.
Yay.